Hey Libra, this is the Knight of Swords. Libra, who are you cutting out this month? If you're single, this definitely says you're either cutting people out, cutting through BS. This is the confrontational card. This is about directness, it's logic, it's hostility. So if you're single, either you're meeting a lot of people who are just not being genuine and you're like, screw this, I'm not doing this anymore, this is BS. Or maybe you've been dating one or two people, you thought somebody was being really genuine, they weren't. And so either you've cut them out of your life, or, you've confronted them and said, hey, you said eventually you wanted something more, or you were looking for a committed relationship, or even just a dating, relationship. And for some reason you're getting the feeling that maybe they're not being so upfront with you about it. So you may have been having to make some big decisions. Maybe you're just realizing that the people that you've been dating recently are not good for you, are not in your wheelhouse. So a lot of you or you're online dating and you've had some crazy experiences in the past and you're like, look, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this right. If I say, hey, I'm looking for a relationship and you contact me and your profile says not wanting anything serious or no commitment, why are you contacting me? Obviously it says I want a relationship. So it's very interesting, Libra. I feel like some of you are just out there swinging going, hey, I'm tired of playing this game. Like, let's cut it out. Let's get down to the nitty gritty and cut out any bullshit. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this says there's communication coming, or there has been communication, and that communication has been hostile. There's been some sort of turmoil here. You've been seeking answers. They've been seeking answers, although I feel like you're the one kind of going, hey, if you want my time and attention, I need answers. You need to be truthful with me. You've been lying to me. You haven't been telling me the truth. Definitely something interesting here. So, if you're looking to reconcile, if there's any contact between you guys, or if it's coming, or if you want contact, you are also cutting through any BS. You're going, I'm not playing this game. You don't get to come back and act like everything's okay. I want answers. There's still some unresolved things here. So yeah, and you're being confrontational in the fact that maybe before you've just kind of like gone with the flow and whatever, and now you're just like, I don't have time for this. Make up your mind, figure out what it is you want, because I got a life too and I've got things going on and I don't have time for this. So you may be cutting out just negative energy, negative people who haven't treated you right. Whether you're single or looking to reconcile, you're definitely closing some doors, ending some relationships with people who may not be good for you. And it could even be family members or people who, haven't been on your side when it comes to love. All right, coming into the month, your current position is the moon, okay? And the moon is very interesting because the moon is Pisces. So you could be dealing with a Pisces, which is a water sign. So you could be dealing with a Pisces, Capricorn, or Capricorn. That's not, I'm sorry. That's an earth sign, but maybe you're dealing with a Capricorn. You could be dealing with a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. So anyways, the moon, all right. So if you're single, this says that there's definitely some sort of an illusion being played here because the moon is illusions. It's about fear of something. Now, to be completely fair, Libra, the moon can be a fear of something that's really not there. That's kind of like a paranoid, like maybe you've been cheated on in the past and this person's exhibiting behaviors that make you not feel like you can trust them, or they're kind of giving you a red flag feeling. If that's the case, then go with your gut. I really think you need to trust your gut, but make sure you're not making a mountain out of a molehill, so to speak, because the moon usually means you're not seeing something clearly because either that person's not giving you what you need to feel like they're telling you the truth or they're being honest, or you haven't gotten enough information. So let's say you're dating a few people. There may be somebody who's kind of holding back. Like you feel like you're pulling teeth to just get simple answers out of them. But it may just be a personality thing. It may have nothing to do with them. Not everybody's out to get you or dishonest. And I know sometimes it feels like that's BS because it's like, well, really, sometimes I feel like all people are dishonest. I mean, I played the dating game. I know that it can be, pretty dodgy sometimes, but there are a few diamonds in the rough, and obviously we're not all meant for each other. But the moon, again, it's also about dreaming. So if you're single, this goes two ways, although I think it goes the way I just talked about. This could be that you're dreaming about wanting something, possibly with somebody who just can't give it to you or is not going to be honest with you or give you what you want. They're telling you, yes, I want to see you. Yes, I want to eventually develop something amazing, but they're exhibiting totally different behaviors. They talk to you once a week. They text with you, only, before 6 o'clock. All the little things that you might kind of go, what's really going on here? So Libra, I definitely sense some of you are on guard this month coming into the month. Whether you're dating or whether you're starting to date, you're not feeling extremely comfortable in the potential people that you've met or people you've already been dealing with or the people you're going to meet. So just keep in mind, you don't want to overanalyze and you don't want to create something that's not there. But if you do have that gut feeling that says, nah, these are behaviors I've dealt with before that didn't turn out well, then go with it. If you're looking to reconcile, the moon says they're definitely being shady about something. There's something you're not seeing. Now, very similar to singles, don't create something. Be this cut and dry. If you can get answers that are clear, then make a decision based on that. If you're getting kind of fuzzy answers, which I feel like that you might be getting a little bit of, or it's the same story, like nothing's changing, then definitely be leery of that. But again, this can be a card of, illusions, of thinking something's happening that's not really. However, on the opposite of that, if you're looking to reconcile, I really feel like they're kind of trying to pull some sort of illusion or, pull the wool over your eyes, so to speak. The next card you have is how you're feeling internally coming into the month. And you have the King of Swords. Man, Libra, you are like ready to just, go after it this month. Like, you're just done. Libras are just, maybe that's why I've been thinking about you guys so much, because this is saying like, I'm done. I can't play this game. Now the King is a little less harsh than this Knight of Swords. The King is definitely somebody who is looking for the truth, but they're also very fair and very just. So even though you may be feeling like this, this is an overall theme, so it could be internal or external. So you may be feeling like, I want you, and we're gonna talk, but you may be addressing it more like this, which actually would make sense because Libras are more calm, cool, collected, a lot more than other signs. Like water signs can be very emotional, earth signs can be less, emotional about things. These are swords, which is air energy, which you are an air sign. So the King of Swords is somebody who is looking for the truth, but they want to be fair and just. If you are single, you're definitely like, I'm not sugarcoating anything. Please don't sugarcoat anything with me. If you say that, after we've been out 4 or 5 times, if you say, hey, I'm looking for something genuine, I'm looking for something serious, but you're still dating 10 people, then you're not being open and honest with me. So you're definitely not afraid to ask people the truth and say it like it is. If you think they're like trying to pull your leg, you are going to call them out this month. You are going to be like, I'm showing up 100% me. I told you exactly who I am, what I wanted. Don't play me for a fool, because I'm not a fool. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this is you. There's something here that you have not gotten the truth on, and you are not going to have a conversation with this person until they tell you exactly what's going on. You can read this person. Some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. Some of you are waiting for some sort of answer, or there was some sort of infidelity or some sort of lie, something. It doesn't even have to be cheating, but there was definitely, it could have been lying about finances or lying about talking to an ex or something like that, where you're like, no, and now you're coming at me with this, or you want to connect and you're not telling me the straight story. Some of you are at the point where you'd be willing to talk to this person, but you feel like they're still just BSing you 100%. Now, it could be you BSing them, but I really get the strong feeling that this is happening to you, and that, if you're looking to reconcile, if you don't get the answers you want and you don't get the truth, you're not budging. You're not willing to go any further or put any more energy into this person or having another go at it until you get some serious truth. All right, the next card you have, sorry, these nails, is your distant past. And you have the 8 of Cups. So your distant past can be over the past 5-10 years. It can be childhood, etc. Now, you have the 8 of Cups, which is very interesting because this may be reflecting this month and kind of moving the hostility that you've been feeling a little bit, because this is stagnation. This is dissatisfaction. This is moving, but slowly moving. And so at some point in the past, and I always read this together if you're single or looking to reconcile, because it's generally the distant past. But I almost feel like this one could be a little closer to your now situation, because this is somebody who says, I thought we were going places. I thought we were going to. So some of you may have been in a relationship for a long time, like 5-10 years, and it never went anywhere. And you thought you were going to get married, and in the end, it was just very unsatisfying. You were not happy with it. You were like, I can't believe this. Now, at the same point, I feel like some of you are sitting here going, okay, I'm X amount of years old, and I thought at this point I would be a lot further off than I am as far as love and relationships. So what's going on? And so it feels like the past has been, you know, some of you have had okay relationships, but it never quite went to the depth that you thought it would, or you've just been disappointed. Some of you are like, I can't say that I've had a really successful, you know, exciting, pleasurable, happy relationship. I've had some okay ones, but it's never gone where I thought it would go, or we never ended up making things work. Something always kind of got in the way here. Now, this could also be when you were young, you moved around a lot, so you're not sure how to build those connections without constantly either being worried that they're going to leave you or that you're going to be leaving. So for some of you, this is kind of an army brat situation where you moved around a lot, or maybe you still do, or maybe you did for work, and that somehow affected your relationships, or being able to connect or build relationships on a really heavy level. The next card you have is your immediate past. So over the past few weeks, past month or so, and you have the Seven of Wands. So, I'm sorry, the Eight of Wands, which is very interesting because I was just thinking, you have the Eight of Wands and you have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Wands and the Eight of Cups, because they're here and the 8 came up, I really feel like the number 8 might be a number for you. The 8th of the month, 8 weeks, 8 days, 8 months, the 8th month of the year. But for whatever reason, whenever I see like 8s come up or 7s come up right in a row, I usually feel like, hey, that's a number you might want to pay attention to. For some of you it may be, and for some of you it may not be. All right, but the Eight of Swords is a few things. Eight of Wands. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I don't know what is going on with my brain. The Eight of Wands is, so first of all, it's news from afar, or can be news from afar. So if you're single, somebody might be coming back, contacting you. You might, you know, somebody that you knew a long time ago may contact you on social media and be like, hey, how you doing? You know, are you single? What's going on? So there may be an opportunity there, although that's not coming through as like a huge opportunity, but it's very interesting because both of these cards are about movement and they're both 8s. So the 7, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I've got to like, I don't know, my brain is like, yeah, and it's really not because anyways, it's just popping out of my mouth. So maybe 7's a number you need to pay attention to too, because I've said it twice now. But the Eight of Wands is about quick action. It's about force. It's about movement. And both of these cards are movement cards. But this is like something that's happening really, really fast. And so if you're single, there's either somebody coming into your life that it's going to happen really quick, or you are cutting somebody out of your life that maybe you've been thinking about dating, or you've been dating and you thought maybe we could commit, but something's not right, and you're cutting them out completely. But it's interesting. I want to see what these next cards say, because this almost feels like maybe somebody is coming that you haven't talked to in a long time, and you guys get together and they're like, hey, how's it going? And you're both single, and I don't know, maybe they're going to come into your life quick, and maybe they're going to be here to stay for a while. If not, it feels like somebody else is going to be coming in quick. But I really feel like it's because you're approaching it with like a no BS attitude, that you're kind of like, hey, and it's interesting. It's going to feel, you're almost, see, now I'm starting to think that because you have this moon and this king here, that you're not seeing things clearly, because Libra, somebody's interested in you. And it maybe you're like, I don't know. I mean, they like you a lot, or like they've been, or they're going to, like you're going to meet somebody and they're going to be like, hey, I really like you. Like, hi, I'm here. I like you. I want to be with you. And you're going to be like, I don't understand. This seems like it's forced. Like this is moving really fast. So very interesting, because I feel like there could be a few possibilities with, it's either somebody that you're just unsure of because you don't feel like you have enough answers to progress to like commitment or anything, or you know, once you weed out all of these people, somebody new comes in quick and kind of, it's like, it just happens. It's like a force of nature. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, there is definitely some message coming through, some sort of communication that's going to happen, but you're going to go one of two ways. You're either going to tell them off, cut them off, say, I'm done with your BS, I can't do this anymore, or you guys are going to weed through the BS and make a go of it. However, I really feel like it's stagnant. I really feel like it's not moving, that you're just kind of like, I'm trying to get answers from you. You're not giving me answers. I'm not going to sit here and wait, and I'm not going to force you to, because I'm not, you know, I'm not your mom like, get it together, have an adult conversation with me, or move on. So you're definitely, like, the past couple of weeks, this says, hey, you know, either you've gotten news from this person or they started to communicate with you, and that's why you're feeling this, like, you're not coming in strong, you're coming in like hazy and I can't see what's going on. And like I said, if you're looking for love, you may have gotten news, you know, as well, or contacted from somebody from a long time ago, and you're just kind of like, I'm not sure, because maybe it's like, it could be an ex, it could be somebody that you did date before, although for some of you I feel like it's somebody you've never dated before. The next card you have is your distant future, so over the next 2 to 3 months, and you have the Knight of Wands. So this is a really like confident person. This is somebody that kind of knows what they want. They're not afraid to go after it, which I kind of feel like you're acting like that a little bit, Libra, because again, you're kind of cutting, you're just saying, I'm not willing to keep doing this to myself. I'm not willing to, you know, to let people pull the wool over my eyes in the dating world. I'm being completely honest and, you know, upfront, and I'm not going to play the games. But with this Knight of Wands, that says over the next few weeks, next month or two, you're feeling more daring, more energetic, more confident, more charming. So it's very interesting. Either somebody's gonna come back into your life, and it could be an ex, or it could be an old friend, or somebody really is coming in. You're cutting through all this BS. You're just not, you know, oh no, I'm not dating you. I'm not dating you. This is crazy. You know, it says I want a relationship, but you know, it says that you just want, like, you know, a friend with benefit. Why are you contacting me? And once you do all of that, this person comes in quick, really quick, because here you're feeling confident. Your energy is going to change. You're going to feel daring. You're going to feel, you know, sexy, beautiful, charming. You're going to feel like you're really on top of your game. So somebody's coming in, whether it's somebody you already know or somebody new, they're going to give you feelings of encouragement rather than this kind of doubt here. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, I really feel like if you cut this person off, that's the type of energy you're going to embody. I want to see what your future here says for the next couple weeks. But this makes me feel like you're going to be like riding off in the sunset going, bye, Felicia, I'm not playing these games with you, see ya. And you're going to cut it off quick. And they may be still trying to contact you, and you're going to be like, nope, not going to happen. All right, so the next card you have, sorry. Wow, and see, you've got all these, you know, high-powered swords coming out here. So you have the Queen of Swords, and she is also very honest and very much seeking clarity and critical and insightful. So you've got this mix. You've got this energy where you just want to cut people off and be like, screw you, I'm not dealing with you. Then you have this Queen that kind of tops this Knight that says, okay, I'm going to simmer down. But see this Moon? You've got this doubt, and you can't get rid of that doubt so easily. So something else is going to come into play here that's going to help you get rid of this doubt, because you've got the Moon reflecting on this Queen, and she's going, look, if you're single, I need to know what you really want. But she's also very insightful. So all of a sudden you're going to go from insightful to just and fair. Now again, this is how you're feeling, so it's going to teeter, I think, between these two feelings, and we'll find out how you feel towards the end. But the Queen of Swords says, look, you know, okay, I understand. This is very insightful. You're telling me more and more. So if you have met somebody, or if somebody does come from afar, you're going to get a little more clarity in what you want. And then you'll be able to see things a little more clearly. You won't be tied to the Moon like these guys are tied to the Moon here. And see, the Moon gets smaller with the King of Swords. But this right here says you're going to be a little more even-tempered about it. You'll give them a little more of a chance. Maybe it's just a communication. Maybe they're just not good at communicating. And it's very interesting because, like I said, you have a Pisces here, and Pisces can be weird. Sometimes they can come across as shady, and they're not being, and sometimes they're coming across as not being shady, and they can be shady. So, you know, you might be dealing with a Pisces here. But, again, you have this King who's also looking for the truth. Also, you know, looking at things intellectually. So if you're single, you really do want answers. Either you've met somebody, you're going to meet somebody, or somebody's coming back from the past, and you need some clarity before you feel comfortable on this entire situation. Now, I really feel like you're going to get it because you have this energy here. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, I think there's too many unanswered questions. There's too many things you're not comfortable with. I think there's too many reasons to cut this person off. I think it's dead weight. It's bad energy. And I really think that you're going to need to cleanse in order to get back to here. The next card you have is anything tangible throughout the month, anything, you know, that happens to you, around you, that you see, etc. And you have the Ten of Cups, which is very interesting because this has been all kind of hard here. And then you have the Ten of Cups, which is about joy. It's about peace. It's about family. It's about whatever it is to you. Not everybody wants to get married and have kids. Not everybody wants, you know, to be in a committed relationship for life. Some people just want a really cool person to hang out with and do things. But one person to, you know, have the physical with and the conversations with. So whatever this is to you, at some point this month, you're going to get a taste of it. If you're single, you're going to get a taste of it. You're going to all of a sudden see that either this person coming in or somebody you knew from before, you're going to feel that energy with them. You're going to feel like, like there's a possibility with this person. Once you get the clarity that you need, once you get some sort of insight, you're going to move into a much more positive energy space. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, there's two ways of looking at this. Either you're going to get the answers you want and you're going to feel like, oh, we could pick up where we left off. And this could be a knight in shining armor. Maybe they come in that way. If I'm being completely honest, I don't think so. I think that this is what you want and you're not going to get it. Like, you're not going to get the answers you want. I think you're going to have to cut ties. Let's see what everything else says, but I hate to say that, Libra, but I really do. All right, the next card you have is the Hierophant. All right, so Taurus. Now, Taurus is an earth energy, so you could be dealing with a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, which is interesting because I said something about Capricorn over here, and I said maybe you're dealing with a Capricorn. The Hierophant is a very wise energy. Now, this is how you're going to be feeling throughout the month. Both of these cards, this is more tangible, so something you get a taste of or you can see. And this is more internal, how you're going to be feeling. Now, these could happen in the beginning, the middle, the end. You know, they could happen for an hour, 2 hours, etc. And you have the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is like a wise old soul. But they also have the answers and they know what they're doing. So Libra, at some point, it's almost going to be like a aha moment for you. Because this is going to be some sort of like figuring out what you want. Now, this is also a teacher or religion or something along those lines. So if you are very religious, this may mean that that's at the very forefront of connecting with somebody. If you're single, that may be really important to you and you may be relying on that. Now, this also says that for some of you, yes, you're going to kind of have this energy of cutting people off and weeding through a lot of BS, but this is saying for at some point in the month, you're going to say, you know what? Universe, God, whoever it is you believe in, whatever it is you believe in, you're going to let this negative, whatever this negative energy is you're coming into the month with, whatever these worries and fears are, and I kind of feel like these are going to play together. The minute you let that loose, the minute you say, you put your hands together and you say, hey, universe or God or whoever or whatever that is important to you, I'm not going to try and control this anymore, okay? Teach me, guide me, let me learn some lessons, let me become wiser in these scenarios, let me figure out what works, what doesn't work. And if you're single, I think that's going to push you to meeting the person who you can get this with. Yes, there are people who BS all the time, online dating, even meetup groups, etc. But, you know, don't let that affect everything going forward. Don't let that affect, you know, how you feel about love. Remember that there were reasons and important things. Now, you may also be talking to people saying, how have you done this? Or how did you meet somebody? Or how did, you know, or you could be meeting them at like some sort of religious group. It doesn't even have to be religious. It could just be some sort of group that you're interested in that maybe you attend. You know, gosh, it could be a volunteer group. But the Hierophant is definitely becoming wiser and seeing things a little more clear-sighted. So kind of taking that haze of the different phases of the moon away and allowing the full moon to illuminate. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, you guys may be going to counseling or you may be talking to like a church leader, something like that. But this is also a card of conformity. And so this is saying, look, I know what I want and I'm not willing to, you know, conform to this situation. I'm not willing to deal with your BS anymore. I'm not willing to not have what I want. And some of you know what you want and you know you'll never get it with that person. And the Hierophant is saying, you know, see that clearly. Like, don't be with somebody just to say you have somebody. Have this, know what you want here. And if this person isn't giving you what you want, or they're not good enough, or they're playing games, then move on. The next card you have is your hopes and fears for the outcome of the month. All right. And you have the Five of Cups. So this is about, and this is internal, so don't get too nervous about it, because the Five of Cups is about loss. It's about feeling like you're alone, a little bit of sadness, a little bit of grief. So if you're single, this definitely makes me feel like your fear for the outcome of the month is because you've been pushing people away and saying no and whatever, that you're going to be alone. This is kind of like, oh, you know, I'm going to be alone. But you have this faith here. So I don't think this is going to last long. I think this is more kind of like, maybe the universe has been kind of giving you some answers and you haven't been paying attention, because you've been kind of like, oh, I don't hear you. I just want, you know, me and this one person to be together. And the universe is saying that might not be the right person for you. If all this like negativity is surrounding them, or you feel like you have to confront them on things, or you feel like they're not being honest, then they're not right for you. And I'm waiting to give you what's right for you, but you might need to clear some dead weight here. But again, this is internal. So this just may be you feeling some sort of like, I thought I really liked this person, or I met a few people that I thought would be really cool, or maybe you connect with somebody from the past and you think, hey, maybe there's a chance here, and it doesn't work out. But again, this is internal, so this isn't necessarily what's going to happen or what the outcome is. And I'll clarify, obviously, like I do, the outcome in the distant future with some cards as well. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this is definitely sadness, grief, it's loss, it's solitude. You would rather be alone than deal with whatever, you know, crap this person is dishing out. And I really feel like they are dishing you like just spoonfuls of lies and deception. And this is you going, you know, you're going to feel sad. If you do cut them off, you're going to feel sad. But the only way to get here is to cut out that energy. All right, the next card you have is your outcome. Eesh, I'm not cooperating your card. Oh no, and I just screwed them all up here. Sorry. Just totally messed this up. Let me fix that. All right, so your outcome is the Wheel of Fortune. I actually like that for you, Libra, a lot, because sometimes I can get nervous about it, because the Wheel of Fortune is about change. It's kind of like, you know, doing completely opposite of what you have going on now. And I like this because you have some negative vibes here. This is the negativity changing. So if you're single and you've been looking for love, the Wheel of Fortune is somebody coming in. This is about destiny. It's about unplanned changes. It's about quick action. It's about a force, but a force that you can't control, a higher power at play. God, the universe, whatever. This is saying, hey, there's some sort of bigger picture here at play, and it's coming. So if your situation has been one of negativity or disingenuine people, or people lying to you or not being straight up, you know, with you, then the wheel is saying, look, that's changing for you. Your luck is changing. And that's very positive. So if you are like, sorry, my cards are all falling out here. So if you are looking for love and you feel like it's been, a failure, then, you know, change is coming. And again, it's going to be out of your control. It's going to be something that you do not have control over. If you're looking to reconcile, this is big changes planned, or this is big changes coming, but they're unplanned as well. Because I think that you really thought that there was a possibility you could reconcile with this person, and I think you know now they're not. And this is destiny. And destiny is this, and you can't get it in your current situation. So you need to turn the wheel and figure out another way to do it. Now, you have the Nine of Coins as your clarification for the outcome of the month. And the Nine of Coins is beautiful, because if you're single, this is generosity. This is getting out of the slump, feeling generous with your heart, feeling generous with your energy. This is abundance, satisfaction, accomplishment, success. This is the complete opposite of, you know, all this other stuff going on. This is, you know, love blooming. This is something coming into play. So if you're single, yes, you're definitely going to meet somebody that's going to come in and make you feel this confidence that I was talking about, and make you feel that negativity change into some positive energy. You're going to feel like, oh, success. I finally accomplished something in this crazy dating world. Can you believe it? Never saw that coming. But then you're going to feel generous with your time and attention as well, because you're going to want to pour your energy into this person. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this is going to be after this hurt and this grief, and after the wheel changes and you set on your cycle of being single, or at least dropping the dead weight, you will feel an abundance. It will be an overwhelming, unbelievable feeling of, you know, losing whatever this negativity is. Now, I know some of you are going to be like, Dark Dove, that's not for me. I love this person. I'm going to, you know, pursue them until, you know, whenever. And then maybe you're having some sort of satisfaction here as well. I'm reading the cards as they come out, and unfortunately, I feel like you're going to cut them off. But anything is possible here. So if you're looking to reconcile, I feel like this is an accomplishment or success by finally cutting the cord with this person and really making up your mind and sticking to it. But that may not resonate with you. Now, my favorite part of this read right now is the Ten of Cups, clarifying your distant future, because you have the Ten of Cups here and the Ten of Cups here, which is peace, joy, family, it's reprieve, it's grateful. I love it when you get cards like this. Now, I could say tens or another number for you to pay attention. We have 8s, 7s, and 10s now. So, but the Ten of Cups, like I said here, is just having a peace. It doesn't have to be kids. It could just be, you know, having somebody you consider family because you guys date for 10 years, or, you know, just having somebody to date committedly. Whatever it is to you, the accomplishment, the achievement is here and coming. Now, it may take a little bit. I mean, you've got a lot of, like, stuff to figure out here, a lot of things to sort through. But the Ten of Cups, clarifying your outcome, distant outcome, means over the next few months, this is what you're developing to. So if you're single, you get a taste of it this month, and you continue that by changing your attitude, by changing how you view love, by finding somebody who makes you feel confident, who makes you want to charm them, and they charm you. And if you're looking to reconcile, I really feel like you get a taste of it too. You realize that it may not be with that person because you're not getting the truth you seek, and therefore you're going to go out and venture and find it with somebody else. Now, like I said, it may be that this person has a complete turnaround, a spiritual awakening or something here, and then you're able to see yourself with that person and you can make it happen. I don't feel like from the majority of you that's the case, but again, you know, if it is, then I'm very happy for you. So Libra, it was a little rocky there in the beginning. I was starting to get nervous, but I think it's going to be a fantastic month for you.